Alright, so I'm going to fill out my bracket, and we're going to start with the first game, which is Mississippi Valley State versus Western Kentucky. I'm going to go with Western Kentucky. And then next up is Lamar versus Vermont. I know you can't see it, but I'm going to go with Lamar, I'd say. Next up, it's BYU versus Iona. I have to pick BYU on this. Next, it's California, South Florida. This one's kind of tough, but I'm going to go with Cal. Alright. On to the beginning, so it would be Western Kentucky versus Kentucky, of course, the Wildcats. Next up is Iowa State versus UConn. Gotta go with UConn. Even though I actually picked them right last year. Wichita State VCU, you know, they went to the Final Four, VCU, but I can't pick them. I'm gonna go with, and actually, no, I actually will go with VCU. Next up is Indiana and Mexico State. Of course, I'm gonna pick Indiana. Okay, UNLV, Colorado. Let's go with Colorado. Next up is Baylor. Baylor's gonna beat them. Notre Dame, Xavier. I'm just gonna say that. And then Duke, of course. Michigan State versus LIU, Brooklyn. Michigan State, of course. Next up is Memphis, St. Louis. Let's go with Memphis. Keep my hopes up. Alright, let's go. I don't know. I may go with the upset here. Long Beach State, yeah. Del Davidson. He's not going to do it. Next, the matchup says Murray State, Colorado State. I'm shocked the guys are so low. Next up is Marquette versus BYU. Let's go with Marquette. Florida versus Virginia. FO. Gotta be Florida. Missouri, of course. Now let's go over to Syracuse and Asheville. Duh. It's Syracuse. And then Kansas State, probably gonna crush Southern Miss. Next, Vandy over Harvard. Wisconsin has to beat Vandy. So I like both of these teams, but I'm gonna have to go with Cincinnati. Florida State, I'm probably gonna have them go pretty far in this tournament. Here, let's go to the Zag. Let's pick Zags. Ohio State, gotta pick them, of course. Next up is North Carolina, probably gonna crush Lamar. Okay, next up, Creighton versus Alabama. Sorry, Creighton. I think you may do it, but no, I don't think so. Next up, Temple, way up. I'm still thinking about that. Actually, I'm going to go with Cal. Now, let's go with, I don't like Michigan at all, but let's go with them. Alright, next up, San Diego State versus NC State. Georgetown, Belmont. Last time they were a 3 seed, they got knocked out by Ohio. St. Mary's versus Purdue. Let's go with, I don't know. Let's go with Purdue, even though I think St. Mary's is really good. All right, to finish it off, Kansas. All right, so the second round, UK, probably going to be UConn. VCU, Indiana. That's a big matchup there. They already played against each other this season. What? Oh. Baylor, of course. Duke. Michigan State, definitely. Louisville. Alright, so Murray State and Marquette. Let's go Murray State. This is tough. Oh, Florida would have to lose, but they will. Syracuse versus Kansas State. I don't know, but let's go with them. Vandy versus Wisconsin. Let's go Wisconsin. Okay, where are we? Okay. Cincinnati versus Florida State. Florida State wins. Ohio State over Gonzaga. Alright, next is North Carolina, Alabama. Of course, North Carolina are going to win. Michigan, probably. Next up is San Diego State versus Georgetown. Let's go with Georgetown. Alright. Kansas over Purdue. Okay, now we're in the Sweet 16. Now, I know Indiana beat UK in December. I'm going to pick UK. Baylor versus Duke. Baylor. I know they're going to... I mean, they're just good. Michigan State, Louisville. Michigan State, totally. Alright, so Murray State versus Missouri. 1 versus 2. Now, Syracuse, Wisconsin. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. It's tough, but let's go with Syracuse. Florida State, Ohio State. Oh my gosh, this is going to be easy. Florida State all the way. North Carolina is going to beat Michigan and go to the Elite Eight. Georgetown, Kansas. Baylor versus Kentucky. Let's go with Kentucky to the Final Four. Michigan State versus Missouri. Now, Missouri. Florida State, I think, will pull off a shocking upset. Go to the Final Four. North Carolina, Kansas. This one's kind of tough. I like North Carolina way better than Kansas, but Kansas to the Final Four. Alright, so we're in the Final Four. UK versus Missouri. UK versus Missouri. I'm going to have to go with Kentucky into the championship game. Alright, now this is Florida State versus Kansas. It's going to be the championship game. Florida State versus Kentucky. Now it's the final. But I think, because of how many upsets they've pulled off, oh, no, wait, but Kentucky's really strong. Gotta think. Okay. Kentucky's gonna win it all, actually. Okay, so that's my list. Well, thanks for watching.